Hi, friends. Welcome to today's Monday meditation. Happy Monday. Hello. I'm Sarah Mae coming to you from Fort Worth, Texas this morning. So, welcome to Mindfulness Exercises. Welcome to our weekly meditation. We'll give it a few minutes just to let people join the live stream here. Um, we are live on Facebook and on LinkedIn and on YouTube. So if you are with us, if you're present, please, type into the comments. Let us know where you are listening from today, what part of the world you are in. It's always wonderful for not only me, but for everybody who's watching to see that they are part of a community of meditators worldwide. So, welcome, you guys. Um, yeah, and like I said, I'm here in Fort Worth, Texas. So, I would love to hear where all you are from and where you're listening in from. And again, we're on Facebook and we're on LinkedIn. Fellow Texan from Dallas, close by. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, and we are on YouTube. So if I'm reading off a comment or replying to something that you don't see, that is why. We've got people from London, Wisconsin. Wisconsin is beautiful. I was just there. Los Angeles, New York, New Mexico, all over the United States. That's great. Hello from India. So, welcome everybody. As again, we'll just give it a few minutes to let people trickle in. So, say hello to your fellow meditators. Ontario, another beautiful place up in Canada, the Seychelles. Boston, Illinois, more from Wisconsin, Georgia. It's so wonderful. I'm so glad to see everyone here. Namibia, welcome. Nepal, India, Ivory Coast, welcome. And welcome to Monday and welcome to your week. It's always wonderful to start the week with a little bit of mindfulness and meditation. It's morning or late morning where I am, but even if it's Monday afternoon or Monday evening, here we go, right? Beginning the week with a little bit of quiet introspection. And today, in particular, I thought we would explore this idea of faith, right? This concept of faith. And not necessarily faith in a religious sense, but faith in terms of just trust, right? What does it mean? What does it feel like to have faith in our practice? To have trust in our practice? And, all of you who are here and joining us in meditation this morning do, at least to some extent, have a little bit of faith in this practice, faith in mindfulness itself, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be doing the practices, right? We at least have to have a little bit of trust that this works, right? This works. So that's what we're going to explore today. We're going to explore it with all of you, yeah, from Maryland, more from India, from Cambodia, all around. So it's a little past the hour. We will go ahead and begin. So I invite you to turn off your notifications if you're on your device. Right? Find a comfortable place. If you're mobile, maybe walk yourself over to a little corner where you can be relatively quiet, away from other people, free from distractions. And we'll meditate here for approximately 20 minutes or so. So give yourself this time, give yourself this gift of Monday mindfulness. Find a comfortable seat, comfortable yet relatively tall and upright. And I invite you to close your eyes or look down away from your screen. Maybe take a few deep, full breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. What helps you settle? What helps signal to your body, to your mind, that we are intentionally entering this sacred space of mindfulness and meditation? And if you're working with the breath, we eventually want to return to an easy, normal, and natural breath. And just breathing in and out through the nose. Just observing the breath. And let this attention to breath just turn your attention inward, right? Normally, our attention is directed outward. And so instead, we turn our attention inward, intentionally becoming the observer of what's going on within. Settling on breath, and just noticing the quality of breath, observing what quality of breath might have to tell us about what's going on in the body or what's going on in the mind. Maybe as we observe breath as it moves through the nostrils, down into the throat, or as we feel breath in the shoulders or the chest or the belly. We might find some areas of tightness. We might observe some spaces where we're grasping, holding on. And if so, can we use just a little more attention on exhale breaths to help soften a bit, to help let go? Here we are, just mindfully breathing. And can we surrender to this one moment just as it is? Can we trust and have faith that right here and right now is exactly where we need to be? Can we trust and have faith that there is nothing that we could be doing right now that is more worthy of our time? And let that idea soften you into this space even more. Perhaps sensing into connection between your seat and the support underneath you. Allowing the whole body to become a little bit heavier, a little more comfortable just as it is. Within this present moment, we have everything we need. And can I trust? Can I have faith that there is some value in giving myself over to this present moment entirely? Perhaps we feel a pull. Perhaps we feel that subtle energy of impatience or discontentment, and that's okay. You can be with that too. Just staying and observing. Trusting that whatever arises in this space is meant to be here. But also at the same time, faith that there's nothing to do. We don't need to chase what's here or what arises. We don't need to follow and explore. No need to ask questions. No need to wonder why. No need to do anything. We just simply be. I have faith in presence, simple presence. Whatever arises in this moment during my meditation, can I allow it to be? Can I trust that it does not need my participation? Can I simply let it go, remaining present with my breath? Can I let go of outcomes altogether? Can I trust this process? Demonstrate faith in this process. Today's meditation will offer me exactly what it is that I need. And who am I to know what that is? So if I feel some subtle desire, some subtle yearning, a wish to get something, to go somewhere, I can simply recognize that that too is present, but let it go. Let it go and come back to my breath. Coming back to faith. Faith that there is nowhere else I need to be right now. Right now, there is no more important use of my time. And faith that in this one moment, I already have everything that I need. Faith that this one moment is full and whole and complete, just as it is. And I am too. How's my faith in that? Can I trust that I have everything I need to meet this moment exactly as it is, exactly as I am? And so, how does the breath and the body feel now? Perhaps a little more centered, a little more stable. May we all feel a little more secure, trusting, knowing, having the faith that everything is unfolding exactly as it should be. And so let yourself just be with this present moment for a little longer. Sensing into this sense of trust. And when you're ready, you can play with opening your eyes, bringing a little movement back into the body. And then just coming back to this space, this beautiful community, this space of online meditators. It's so Wonderful to see everyone here and to see people who are familiar too, to see familiar and new faces. I know some of you join consistently, and some of you might be new. And both are wonderful. Isn't it wonderful? I really wanted to explore this idea of faith today. And if we have trouble with the word faith, because we're not necessarily talking about faith in terms of religious belief, but we can replace that word faith with trust, right? We're just talking about faith in this mindfulness practice, right? And I just want to remind you, all of you, that even if you feel full of doubts, even if you might feel like, you know, you're not feeling very secure, you're not feeling very supported, you're not feeling very held in this space, you're not feeling like things are going the way they should be, right? That you do have faith. You do have at least that tiny, tiny little seed of faith. Otherwise, I don't think you would be here, right? All of us to some extent um, come to mindfulness and meditation practices because we have at least some trust that this path will do us some good, that it will work for us and work with us and help to offer us some sense of peace, some sense of contentment, some sense of well being, right? And so I think that that's a good place to start. It's a good place to start by just recognizing that we do have a little bit of faith, right? Um, and it's that little bit of faith that allows us to start, that allows us to begin, right? We at least on some level take that leap of faith that says, well, I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to give this a go because I need help. Perhaps the way I've been living or what I've been doing like hasn't really been working for me. I don't feel as much peace or contentment or ease as I would like to. And I've heard about mindfulness and I've heard about meditation, and I'm going to give it a try, right? I might not fully believe in it. I might not completely have faith in it. I might not be ready to surrender completely to this practice, but at least could I surrender in this one moment, just for this one 20-minute meditation, and see what that feels like, right? And see what that feels like. Um, And that's really all it takes, right? All it takes is for us to give ourselves over freely to faith and trust in just this one moment, just for a moment. What does that feel like right here, right now, to just let go into the spaciousness of this one moment, and sense into whether or not you feel that this is indeed where you need to be, you know? And sometimes we sense into that and we notice that there's a little resistance, right? We might notice that there's a little fear there, right? I can't let myself relax into this one moment. I will not let myself go with the flow, right? Maybe I'm used to controlling. I find a sense of safety in attempting to control or attempting to manipulate or attempting to, you know, be the one that is in charge of my situation, right? In charge of this space and time. Just noticing if that's arising, right? And how is that working for you, right? Being honest. How does that feel, right? That tightness, that constriction. And what does it feel like instead to just for one moment, just for one moment, go, what if? What if this one moment is perfect just as it is? What if I am indeed exactly where I need to be? What if things are unfolding for me exactly as they need to be? Right? What if? And what does it look like? What does it feel like to work with that energy of faith? To give ourselves over to that energy of trust. Right? So that was the goal of our meditation this morning, right? Recognizing and surrendering to this presence of faith and trust. We're here. We're doing this practice because we think it has something to offer. We think that presence and being mindful and just acknowledging this one moment just as it is, we think that this has something to offer. And so can we do it? Can we trust that it works, right? In what ways are we resisting still being present? Just acknowledging the truth and the reality of this one moment, right? Can we combat that resistance not by pushing against it or fighting against it or doing more, right? Controlling more, right? Can we combat that resistance just by relaxing, by doing less, by doing nothing, in fact, right? Can we combat that resistance just by softening in the shoulders and the belly, taking that exhale breath, and just allowing this moment to be just as it is, right? And with faith, with the presence of faith, with the presence of trust, we can do that a little more easily, I think, with a little more ease, right? We can soften into this present moment, feeling in the body that this is where we need to be, Here we are. Here we are, you know. Reminded of, Shanti Deva's, if there's something we can do about this, then why worry? Why struggle? If there's nothing that can be done about this, why worry? Why struggle? Can we just trust in this present moment? So thank you guys for your beautiful comments. Cherish, yes, it's so freeing. Indeed it is freeing. Thank you, Renata, for your wonderful comment. Um, Faith is freeing. Faith is freeing. And I'd love to hear more about what that means to you, what that feels like for you. So, whether you're on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube, feel free to post your comments or your questions or your doubts even, in the comment box, and maybe we can discuss. But faith is the antidote to doubt, right? Faith is the antidote to doubt. You know, I'm unsure. I'm unsure if I'm where I need to be. I'm unsure if I'm doing what I need to be doing. I'm unsure if this meditation, mindfulness thing even works, right? Why? Why bother commit myself to 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes of meditation every single day, right? Um, but with faith, with just a tiny bit of faith, I'll actually do my meditation practice today, right? And then if I actually do the practice, I might receive some benefit. And if I recognize that benefit that I've received, even today, like I don't know about you guys, but just for myself, from the start of that meditation to the end of the meditation, everything within me just softened a little more. Like I felt my shoulders release. I just felt way more open and spacious and comfortable in this space, right? And if I recognize those benefits, that then helps grow my faith, helps grow my faith in the practice, so faith is the antidote to doubt. And what develops my faith? Well, just doing it, just meditating helps develop my faith, right? Because, it's not that I need to just sit around and wait until I have faith in the practice, right? If I sit around and wait until I truly, truly, truly believe before I start meditating, well, then I'm going to be sitting around and waiting for a long, long time, right? But if I take the action, if I take that leap of faith, right? And just go, well, let me just do this for 5 minutes. Let me just do this for 10 minutes and see what happens. If I take the action, then faith becomes strengthened, right? Faith becomes strengthened because I do the thing, I meditate, I receive the benefits, and then I see, right? I see, yeah, this is doing something. This is working, right? This is then growing my faith. And so, yeah, as Cherish says, each time we practice, we are planting seeds, right? So I do the practice, right? That helps expand my faith a little bit more, right? And with expanded faith, maybe I decide to practice for longer or practice more consistently. And then the more I practice, the more benefit I receive, the more that builds and grows my faith. And with stronger faith, right, I become more willing to devote myself a little more fully to the practice, right? And so back and forth it goes. More faith in the practice leads to more time practicing. More time spent practicing helps grow my faith, and on and on and on and on and on, right? And so that's how it works, right? I left you guys a link. I left you guys a link of a wonderful talk in the description today, and I believe in that talk, Spring Washam. I remember her saying something about faith is the seed, and the actual practice, the meditation, is the rain, right, which helps it grow, right? I think that's a really, really wonderful visual, and it kind of describes how the two work together to support each other, right? That we might just start with this tiny, it's the practice itself that rains on that seed and nourishes it and helps it to grow, and as our faith grows deeper, yeah, positive feedback loop, as Cherish says, we're then encouraged and motivated to practice more frequently, and to stick with the path, stick with the path, right? Michael on LinkedIn says, maybe having faith in the practice is about a journey we are all on, and maybe a little more faith provides us another stepping stone on our journey. Yes, yes, we can see these stepping stones. It's a wonderful visual, just kind of arising in front of us as we walk this path. Um, so that's a little bit of how faith works and what faith does for us. And again, really want to remind you guys that you wouldn't be here, you wouldn't be listening, you wouldn't be participating if you didn't already at least have that tiny little mustard seed of faith, right? Um, so how can we then, expand faith in the practice to just faith in it all, faith in all of it, faith that we are indeed like exactly where we need to be. Um, for those of you on Facebook, we posted one of my favorite quotes the other day on our Facebook page, which is and I wish I remembered who said this. I can't remember who said this, but you're never in the wrong place. You're never in the wrong place, but you might be in the right place thinking about things the wrong way, right? You're never in the wrong place, but you might be in the right place thinking about things the wrong way. And so I've been thinking lately about how faith ties into that. Um, Faith is a perspective, right? It requires a little bit of a shift in perspective, right? It requires this shift, this movement from not trusting to trusting, requires us to shift, to move from doubting to faith, right? So, we can feel into that a little bit, feel into that process and feel into just that little shift, that little flip of the coin that happens. And even if we can do that just for a moment, just for a single moment, can we notice? Can we recognize? Can we, if we just recognize and we just notice that one moment where I can go, maybe this too is useful. Maybe this too has something to teach me. Maybe this too is, worthy of being here and is arising for a good reason. If we can recognize just that one moment of maybe and then just be there, right? We can perhaps expand that sense of trust, expand that sense of faith, and encourage it to grow and encourage it to become more spacious and more all encompassing, you know? Yeah, thank you, Cherish, for another one of my favorite quotes, Ram Dass. We are all walking each other home, and isn't that indeed true? It's our relationship here that is really helping us to learn and to grow, and we are all guiding each other, which is why I'm so grateful for all of you who have joined me in this space, and so grateful for everyone who is courageous enough to contribute, to comment, to be here, to let others know that you too are here, that none of us are alone on this path. That all of us have doubts and all of us have struggles, but like here we are in this community of people from all over the world who are, you know, willing to face each other, to face those doubts and to face those struggles, um, and to apply a little bit of faith, a little bit of trust, and just see how that unfolds, right? Just see how that unfolds. Faith is really the foundation of our practice, right? The foundation of our practice, you know? Do I trust that when I sit down to meditate, there is, benefit? Do I trust that there's benefit? And within my meditation, do I trust that there's benefit in the effort that I'm applying? If I sit down to meditation and my intention is to be present with breath, and then the mind wanders off to what am I going to eat for breakfast later? Do I trust that there's benefit in letting that go and returning to the breath? You know, do I trust in the fullness of this one present moment? You know, um, there's all sorts of things that can make faith really challenging, that can make it really challenging for us to trust, as we said, not only the practice and the benefits of the practice, but to trust in reality itself, right? To trust in the fullness of this present moment. There's all sorts of things that can make it challenging for us to trust that this one moment is full and whole and complete, just as it is. Sometimes what's arising in this present moment is really awful. It's really awful and really challenging and, really painful. But that too is a doorway into freedom if we can work with it, just as it is. Just as it is. When I was looking for links, and a little more information about, faith, I came across this talk that Sharon Salzberg gave about equanimity and faith, And at first, I didn't choose that one. I didn't choose to post that link because I was like, equanimity and faith, what really do these two things have to do with each other, right? The equanimity is this sense of balance, right? But I think that they do have a lot to do with each other. It really came to me in that meditation. It's like, if we're not trusting in this present moment, right? We feel this pull, right? We feel this aversion to the present moment. We feel this aversion and this pull, like this impatience, this I don't want to be here. There's something else I'd rather be doing. There's something else that I probably should be doing, right? Or just this present moment sucks, let's just distract ourselves and go somewhere else and, do something different, right? Um, and on the other hand, there's this pull of desire, right? That this like frustration that I'm not getting from this present moment what I really like want to get, right? Which I think I should have, right? Or I'm not getting what I want from this present moment, right? So when we're not in a state of equanimity, we're like pulled from the present moment. Either we don't like what's happening right now, or there's something that's, and we want to get away, or we wish something different was happening right now. We want to move towards that thing, right? So in that sense, when we really embrace equanimity, to say, I really am going to trust in this sense of just being centered, feeling stable, feeling like, no, everything is that's arising here is perfect just as it is. And I'm going to work with this present moment just as it is, right? Um, that state of equanimity requires faith, right? And to give ourselves over to that state of equanimity is to give ourselves over to faith, is to trust that not only within this present moment is everything perfect, but that within me everything is perfect and I have everything I need to meet this present moment just as it is, right? That requires really a profound sense of trust and a profound sense of faith, right? So, I think in that way, hopefully we can work with faith, not only within our meditation practice, but within our daily lives, in meditation, I can sense into the body, I can sense into the breath, I can sense into those subtle energies of the push and the pull and the ways in which I am being pulled and distracted from the present moment, right? And with faith, I can keep returning to the present moment and going, no, 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 no. This right here is where it is. This is where it's at. This is exactly where I need to be. This is good, and I can be okay here. Or this is awful, but I can still be okay here, right? I have within me everything I need to meet this present moment, right? We can work with that in the formal practice, and perhaps the more we work with that in the formal practice, we can work with that out in the real world too, right? Can I notice when I'm controlling, when I am trying to alter my reality in whatever ways that I tend to do that, and can I instead trust that my life, my circumstances, my sense of being is unfolding exactly as it needs to be? Can I trust that even outside of meditation, this present moment is perfect and full and whole and complete? And me too, right? I have everything I need to meet this present moment out here in life, just as it is, right? So, I hope that makes sense to people. And I hope that this exploration of faith and this exploration of this idea of trust in the present moment, trust in the process, trust in the path, right? Um, can kind of give us a little bit of encouragement as we walk this path of mindfulness. It can give us a little motivation to get to our cushion, to meditate more consistently. I hope that it can be of benefit to all of you, right? So, this meditation, this practice is going to be recorded. It's been recorded, right? So you can always go back and do the guided meditation again, either on Facebook or on LinkedIn or on YouTube. But if you want to do these types of meditations at home, it's really simple. What we did was just, you know, settle the body, settle the mind by focusing in on breath. Just sort of asked that open question. Can I trust? Do I have faith that right here, right now, there is no better use of my time than just simply practicing being present with this moment just as it is? And can I trust and have faith that I have everything within me that I need to meet this present moment just as it is? And that's the practice. And we practice that again and again and again in seated meditation. And then hopefully it spills over into those moments between our meditation sessions. You know, can I trust that this present moment is perfect just as it is? that I have everything within me that I need to meet this present moment just as it is. Things are okay, and I am okay too. And can I trust in my practice, in my path, in this process? And hopefully that inspires and encourages and motivates me to keep returning to the formal mindful meditation, right? So thank you guys for your comments. Thank you guys for your trust and your faith in mindfulness exercises and our little Monday meditations together. It's so wonderful to see so many people joining in and so many people watching, and I hope this is of benefit to you. I'll be here again next Monday on either Facebook or LinkedIn and YouTube. And you can always go back and find not only this meditation, but a ton of other meditations. And not only meditations, but talks and worksheets at mindfulnessexercises.com. So I encourage you to go over there and just type faith in the search bar and see what arises. Okay. Thank you guys. May you be well, and may all of the benefits that we've received from spending time on this practice today extend forward to all beings everywhere, and especially the beings that we cross paths with here on the rest of our Monday, right? With the remainder of our Monday. So thank you guys. Be well. We'll see you next time.